All right, let's get into it. Today, we're taking a look under the hood of one of the most powerful economic forces on the entire planet, Berkshire Hathaway. We are literally going to deconstruct the machine that's been quietly, almost secretly, compounding wealth for decades, and we're going to see exactly how it ticks.
So, let me start with a question for you. What if you could own a single thing? Not just a stock, but a machine, really, that was built to do more than just survive economic storms. What if it was designed to actually get stronger from them? A machine built for just one purpose, to compound your capital year after year, no matter what.
Well, guess what? That machine is real. It's called Berkshire Hathaway. And the absolute key to understanding it is to stop thinking of it as just another company you can buy a piece of. No. It's a system. It's an economic engine meticulously engineered by Warren Buffett for over 60 years to do one thing and one thing only: create value for the long, long run.
Okay, so how does this machine actually work? What are the gears and levers? Well, it's not just one thing. Its incredible strength comes from four massive, interconnected business pillars. And the way they work together, that's where the magic really is.
And what's so wild is just how diversified this whole engine is. You've got the massive insurance operations, and we'll get to why they're so important in a second. But then you also have this gigantic railroad and energy division, this huge collection of manufacturing and retail businesses, and of course, that famous stock portfolio with a literal mountain of cash. They're all designed to balance each other out perfectly.
And you can see their combined power right here in the numbers. I mean, look at this. In a single year, the manufacturing and retail group alone brought in over $13.5 billion in operating earnings. When you start adding in the railroad and energy giants, it becomes crystal clear this is so much more than just an investment company. These are real, powerful, essential businesses just humming along, making money.
But if we really want to find the secret sauce, the core of the engine that powers everything else, we have to go deep inside the engine room. We have to talk about the magic of insurance float.
So here's the concept, and it's absolutely crucial. Insurance companies, right, like GEICO, they collect premiums from all of us today for accidents that might not happen for months or even years. That giant pile of cash that they get to hold on to in the meantime, that's called float. And for Berkshire, it's the rocket fuel for the entire empire. They get to invest all that money for their own benefit.
And just how much fuel are we talking about here? Well, at the end of 2025, that float stood at a staggering $176 billion. Just try to wrap your head around that. That is an enormous amount of capital that Berkshire can use to go out and buy whole businesses or huge chunks of stock.
But here's the kicker. This is the part that's just genius. This capital isn't just low cost. It's often better than free. You see, as long as their insurance businesses are run well, meaning the premiums they take in are more than the claims and expenses they pay out, that's what a combined ratio under 100% means, they're actually making a profit on the insurance itself. So Berkshire is literally getting paid to hold this massive $176 billion investment fund. It's an unbelievable competitive advantage.
Of course, this all leads to the elephant in the room. The big question on everyone's mind is, what happens after Warren Buffett? Is this incredible machine built to last beyond its creator? Well, the answer is yes, and it all lies in the design.
You see, this was never an accident. It was a meticulously planned, multi-decade transition. Buffett was the architect, the one who designed and built this incredible system. Now, in 2026, Greg Abel is the operator, someone with deep experience running Berkshire's massive non-insurance businesses. But the key idea for the future, the thing to really focus on, is the system itself. The culture and the economic model are designed to outlast any single person. And that system has so many different ways to keep growing. The railroad and energy businesses are pouring billions into infrastructure projects.
That insurance float we talked about?
It's probably going to keep expanding. Plus, all their subsidiary businesses can make their own smaller, bolt-on acquisitions to grow themselves. And then, well, then there's the big one, the cash pile. By 2025, Berkshire was sitting on over $370 billion in cash and short-term treasuries. Think about that. You shouldn't think of this as just idle money. It's a strategic war chest. It is an almost unimaginable amount of dry powder ready to be deployed when other people get scared and are forced to sell. The biggest challenge they have, honestly, is just finding things big enough to buy that actually make a difference.
Okay, so we've established we have this incredible economic fortress. But for any of us as potential investors, that leads to the most important question of all, right? Is it trading at a fair price?
So let's look at the valuation back in early 2026. While the B shares were trading somewhere in the high 400s,
A lot of analysts who did a sum of the parts analysis, where you basically add up the value of all of Berkshire's different businesses, they put its true intrinsic value well north of $530 a share. Now that gap suggests a potential margin of safety for investors.
Now look, no investment is ever a sure thing. Let's be real about the risks. Berkshire is so huge that it can absolutely be affected by a big recession or other major economic events. But the thing is, its core strengths are perfectly designed to fight those risks. The insane diversification, that fortress-like balance sheet, and a proven culture, they all provide this powerful buffer against whatever the world throws at it.
So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. In a world, in a market that is completely obsessed with the next hot trend, the next big thing, could it be that the most powerful advantage you can possibly have is simply owning the one machine that was built from the ground up to be timeless?